Hey guys, if you've been following the channel, you guys know I've been obsessed with this Pikal style fixed blade. My tastes have definitely evolved, and I still love my flippers, but I'm leaning more towards whole flippers, let's say that. Oh, and I love fixed blades. So I reached out to Marko, MZ Knives. And I said, Marko, do you think you could make a knife like this? So I forget who makes this particular blade, but they make this awesome Pikal style blade, which is very similar to like the Emerson knives. I had it on the channel. So yeah, he goes, yeah, Mike, of course I could do it, you know. And this one. So this was my Emerson knives. Yeah, that one. So I had two of them. I ended up selling one, the black one, because I wanted to get some money to purchase whatever Marko is going to make me. And I asked him, I said, I would love to see your take on this. So Marko is pretty good. This is a totally custom knife from scratch. I picked the materials. He offers the materials. I picked the materials. And you'll see in this video how the design process went. So I forgot that Marko already made a Pikal style blade in the past right here. I think this is a trainer. I think this might be like G10. Yeah, it says black G10 Pikal. So I like that. I like the blade shape, but I didn't like the handle. I wanted the handle to be, and I'll show you, to be off a little higher. And this particular blade, Marko sent me to review. This is a smaller blade. I have this in my car. I think that's the one. But that's closer to the style I wanted, you know, much more closer than this one. I like this style better. So I know he had the ability to do it. So let's see. So this is what I showed him again. I sent him the picture of this particular Pikal style fixed blade. He offered that he can make it double-edged. I guess I could, but I didn't request that. So you can see that I wanted the lines to be more swooping and the blade to be more Pikal style. I did ask for a swedge. I'm not sure if he finally does a swedge on it. And you can see what he says here. Of course, I can put some sketches on paper for you. Now he's asking about the materials. What kind of materials do I want? And I said, I'm not really sure. So he offers a whole bunch. And it's like the steel that are pretty common and what I love. So he had some in 1095, which was tempting because I would love to have one in 1095 with the Hamon, because I know Marko has done that with the Hamon in the past. Then he has the AEBL, which is probably the most economical, the cheaper version to go. And then he's got this multi-layer Suminagashi. You guys know I have a Suminagashi chef's blade. So I love the steel, I love the layering, and I was like really excited about that. He didn't recommend the AEBL because he said it's pretty thin, so it probably wouldn't be good for a fixed blade. So I said, yeah, let's do the Suminagashi. Then he's asking about the handle, and I didn't think about it that far out. So I'm not really sure what I wanted to handle. I know he makes some beautiful handles. He starts, you know, he could do it with G10, carbon fiber, wood. He has some crazy wood that he uses in the past. But I asked him what would look best with the Suminagashi. But I guess he left that up to me to decide. So he started doing his drawings on his program, and he showed me this one, right? And I loved it. It looks good. It looks very Pikal style, very karambit style, but the handle is still a little too straight for me. Don't ask me why. I just don't want it that straight, although this one is not as straight as his other ones. So he said this one's based on the one that I have already made, just a slightly more aggressive profile, which is what I asked for. I'm going to work on that as a base, blah, blah, blah. And he's asking him again about, do you think I have any more handle materials? Then I was thinking about this Mexican blanket, which is a little loud, but it is kind of popular. So I wasn't sure if I wanted that or something tame like the micarta. I think we did finally decide on the green micarta. And I asked him also about the Suminagashi. Would that have visible layering? Because I want that layering. So he said, as far as the micarta, he can sand it. Oh, I'm sorry, he's talking about the Suminagashi. He's going to sand it and etch it. And then he's showing me his past work. Here's an example of a fixed blade he did, Japanese style. And you can see the layering on the Suminagashi blade. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Marko makes some amazing knives. He really should have a stronger following. But hopefully this will introduce him to you guys if you never heard of him. But he's amazing to work with. I told him that's beautiful. And we were just talking about the Pikal style, and I think how it's emerging. I don't know if a lot of you guys are into that. I know Brian Fast Bandit is not really into it. So he's, I don't know. Like, am I going to carry around a Pikal style fixed blade? No. I just want it as a collector. I love it. I got the Emerson one. I like flipping that around. It's cool. So Marko agrees. I think so too. I've seen quite a lot of it around, and a lot of people are making them, Emerson knives. And then I showed him this one, which I just got from KD Trin Blades, you guys know. So another aggressive Pikal style blade with a ring. So I love that. So I told him I just picked that up. And then he's showing me a different drawing that he did on his computer with the handles a little bit more swell on it, which I liked. I told him I like that better in comparison, so I like this better, even though it's upside down. You can see the aggressiveness of the blade, which is I wanted that swoop. I like the fat, the swell in the handle, but still too straight for me. He says you can save the drawing, make any changes if you like, which I did. I downloaded it. He says we can make the handle like a tan G10 or a canvas micarta, so it's more tame, which I agree. And I asked him if he has this canvas micarta in green. He says he'll order it. It's a green canvas, which he did eventually order. So we agreed on the green canvas micarta. I told him I like the ruggedness of the finish, which I do. I like the coarseness of it. So again, this is an Emerson. So I downloaded the image and I broke it into, and I asked him, could you make it this aggressive? You can see how it's a little bit more aggressive in the profile, more kind of like that Emerson, right? More Pikal style. And I said, can you go more aggressive with the lines? He goes, okay. And this is what's great about Marko. He responds immediately. He goes, I need to also see a fit on the steel billet. Unfortunately, it only comes in 33 millimeter width. So he's limited, right, to the size of his billet. And then he sent me these drawings. So you can see the aggressiveness. I love it. It's as close to what I drew, what I did with my drawing. And he sent me this one. So he sent me two styles, right? Right there. You can see on the bottom, but on the bottom, the trail or the curve is a little bit less prominent, as in this one. I think we went with this one. I go, they both look great, and I told him I'm kind of leaning towards this one. Yeah, that is cool. And it's asking me about the size, which is about almost 7 inches. I'm fine with that. Medium-sized hands. Again, any changes he offers, you want to let me know, let me know. And then he even says I can completely do a new design. So easy to work with. So easy to work with. Oh, and in these images, he also put like a blade window or a hole in the blade, right? Which I thought was impractical because it's a fixed blade, right? I don't need a blade window, blade hole. So I'm thinking no hole in the blade is what I told him. And then again, he sends me the image on his CAD file, and boom, no hole. And he said that he's going to make the grind higher. He's awesome. The guy's just awesome, right? What do I know? I love that I'm part of the decision process, but I love relying on his expertise, all right? Here's another image. with a higher blade grind. And then he suggested carbon fiber pins, right? So that's cool, but I didn't want pins. I wanted something that looked like KD trim blades. I like this hardware. It just looks more rugged. So I asked him, can you do hardware like this? He goes, sure, no problem. So we're all set, and now he's confirming the job, right? So we're all set in the design and everything. I can start, and I'm like, yeah, absolutely, make it awesome. So here's another drawing he did for me. Oh, he also suggested if I want like those milled lines on the handle, and it looked pretty cool to me. And I said I like it, and then boom, he gives me the rough, and you can see all handmade. I go, looks great. That was fast. Shows me the heat treat. Hopes to have it finished this week, which was this week. And I'm asking about the thickness. It's 5mm because I didn't want it too thin, right? And of course, he gives it to me in 5mm. I said I hate matrix. He goes just under 0.2 inches, 0.197 inches, which is really is a good thickness. And then, is that a good thickness? He says. Well, I guess so. I need visuals. I can't, I'm not good with measurements. So how cool is he? He sends me pictures of what it looks like, and that's definitely a good thickness for a fixed blade. All right, it does a comparison with a Zippo. Now, this is unfinished, of course, and then with a Griptilian. Really good, right? Really super accommodating. He says it's a pretty thick stock of blade, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I love it. Now he's asking me again about the hardware. So he had the black hardware, or this, they're both titanium, or this kind of like custom titanium. He was leaning towards the black. I initially said, I'll let you decide. He says the bigger ones are very nice, but I feel it might just be too big and just don't look quite right on the knife. But then I was thinking about this knife, which I missed the drop on, right? So I kind of like the big hardware on it, right? And the copper look. So I told him, the big ones kind of look cool now that you say it, because he said it. But I still said I'm okay with either, right? But then he shows me this, and yeah, that looks pretty awesome. And he says, actually, they'll work fine, right? And I confirm if those are titanium, and if so, can you bronze them? He said, yep, sure will. That's what I was thinking too. Brilliant minds think alike. Getting excited. Here's some whips he's sending me. Now he's hand sanding this, right? He ground it, heat treated it, hand sanded. This is a custom knife, folks. Working with me every detail of the way, and this is pre-etched, right? Because it is a Suminagashi blade, it's gonna look amazing. And I feel like, I told him, I feel like once you post this and once I review it, I think a lot of guys that are into Pikal style blades are just going to hit him up, for this build. Especially the ease of, having one custom built with him. He's so responsive, right? He's asking me about the Kydex, but I want to show you. So he's going to make me a Kydex. I guess he can make leather if I want to, but he's making me a Kydex. But I want to show you his latest post, and here it is. Now, I don't know if this is completely done yet, but you can see the gorgeous layering of the Suminagashi, right? He etched it. I mean, that is just a sexy knife. That is sexy. Right? There's the handles. There's the hardware, bronze. Looks so good. Yeah. All right.